You seen this?
Welcome.
No.
Sewing the rainbow, the story of Gilbert Baker and the rainbow flag.
Nice.
Thinking about using that.
Ooh, I need to get
Children's
online,
time.
guys,
Nice.
so I can see this. I
But
think I,
the problem is that like the storyline of what makes it a happy story is kid gets out of an awful little horrible small town and finally can put
Then
himself in
he
his city
knows. Yeah,
in San Francisco. And that is his story from
right,
nineteen
that's
fifty
the story,
something.
right,
But I just don't want to repeat that storyline so much that kids think
know.
that has to be how it is.
right,
That
right.
you have to.
And maybe you can just highlight that and say like, this is how it used to be, but now we're working on making it,
hi,
Right.
Cecilia, are you here? Were you able to get in?
Hi, yes, I was able to get in.
All right, I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, we can hear you. We
Yep.
can't see you
I
at the
can't see
moment.
you, but that's all right.
I wish I could.
Can
I'm
you,
Malcolm.
Hi.
so I'm gonna open up the agenda here. And I'm gonna introduce it, I guess, so that this is official. We are having our diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging committee meeting. This is for June 18th, 2024. And we have Summer Sunderland, we have Cecilia is here, and we also have Malcolm Himshoot. And is there anybody else online, Pete? Nope, that looks like it. All right, great. So the first part of the agenda for today is we want to discuss what to do for the summer, because I feel like if there's a core committed, like 4 or 5 of us who are committed to be here for the summer, then I'm happy for us to keep going. But for July, we'll probably have to meet in August.
I think we can see you now if you turn your camera on.
You can?
Uh,
Okay, let me see if I can change the settings on it.
Actually, I should have everybody introduce themselves because I'm still new here too. So we'll get to the agenda in just a minute.
I'm just seeing audio settings, so this interface is a little different than other Zooms that I've done.
Maybe it's not letting you be on video, you mean?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's-
Great.
But you can see us?
yes, I can see you.
Great. All right, well, I guess we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Matthew Powers and I go by he, him, and I have been on the council for almost a year. And this is the first position that I've had, besides also and now I have a position at community liaison stuff, but and so
So you're on council and you're community liaison to.
well, no, I'm also I've just gone blank. It's the when it comes to me, I'll tell you.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
But I'm the committee, I am the town council liaison to the DEIB committee, and I'm excited about it. Unfortunately, I'm the replacement for Sonia, who was very, very good and knew a lot more than I did, but I'm learning and I hope to one day step into her shoes, maybe in a year or so, and be able to fill them. I'll never really be able to fill them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm Summer Sunderland. I think I know all of you, and this is only my second meeting on this committee, so I'm just learning. And now that I'm an empty nester, I'm just figuring out what I can add in life now that I have a little bit more space. And so this is one of the things that I'm adding.
Malcolm.
I can go next. Malcolm Himshoot, he, him. And the town council of 2021 put me together with, I think, 11 others on an ad hoc committee at that time, and we did a research or listening project.
So glad you're.
2 years later, the town made it a standing committee. So and that was just last year. So we did like a year with the initial DEIB committee, and I feel like this is like starting phase two, you know, because almost complete turnover from then to now, but we have this fresh start, a fresh season in front of us. And yeah, I think by who's around the table and what we have gifts and passion for, it'll be great to see what this can grow into. I'm also in town, I'm a co-pastor at the Church of Universal Fellowship. I have kids who are 16 years old. I live on Forest Avenue and have in the past taught at the University of Maine, caring about leadership and in the midst of social change, especially both rural and urban.
Cecilia, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm sorry you're getting the black screen. I didn't intend for that, but I'm Cecilia Cobo-Lewis, and I think I know everybody there. We've lived in Orono for 25 years, but we had the kids like within a year of being here. So now I have a little more free time, and I wanted to try to give back a little bit more to the community that's been so supportive to our family.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. Cecilia, this is Pete, running the audio video for the meeting. It might work if I promote you to a panelist, which would drop you out of the meeting for a minute while you rejoin. Is that all right?
Sure,
No,
sure,
if
that's
that
fine.
works. Okay,
Thank you.
sure.
Oh, we can see you.
Yay, hi Cecilia. You're muted.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hi. Now I can see you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much else to share or not share at this point, but I think
Yeah, good question. I didn't share much either, but like
Well,
maybe
that's
I
fine,
did.
whatever
That's a
you
good
feel
question.
comfortable with, or whatever you would like us to know about yourself.
She might be frozen.
I think you're frozen. You might have to go in and out again, Cecilia.
Well, thank you for stepping into Sonia's shoes. That
Yeah.
those are big shoes to
And
fill, so like I
and-
can see the intimidation.
And I don't mind, yeah, I hope you guys don't mind if I call you sometimes, and because for ideas and like you know, maybe running a meeting
Mm,
once in a while.
Sure, of course.
Especially
Yeah.
if there's something that like you are like passionate about, want to share or see happen as we move forward. One of the things I'd like to start forming is like some sort of action plan. It doesn't obviously have to be tonight. We're just gonna be discussing, I think, like
Mhm.
how we would go about prioritizing and then maybe come up with some number that we come together of things we'd like to see moved on in the next fall, spring, and see where we can go with that. I don't know, does that seem reasonable? Does that seem like
I
something?
I think
this is
having
open
tangible,
discussion.
I feel like
Yeah.
having something tangible that we set, that we accomplish is energizing. I feel like if we just have meetings, it's gonna be de-energizing to the committee. And so even if it's just something so simple, but we do it and we accomplish it, that's energizing and that will build upon itself. But
That's Cecilia.
And you're back.
Lost internet. No worries.
And we see
Sorry,
you.
our internet connection wasn't
Hmm.
cooperating.
Good.
But go ahead. I
Alright.
mean, you started talking, which I'm glad that you did. I was,
Yeah,
I heard energy towards something tangible.
yeah,
that we do and getting to know each other better and figuring out
Yeah.
a scope of work and.
Yeah.
Matt, you talked to me a few weeks ago and you said, I really genuinely don't already know everything there is to know about diversity,
No.
equity, and inclusion and
Right.
belonging. And it was a great question that you brought up, like, who are we assuming knows this already? And maybe we could start with some kind of basic thing that we invite people into the conversation who don't have to feel like they already know all of what that is. And so I reached out to one group that I'd heard of.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a lot of trainings over the years unpacking those basic letters, but I kind of was wondering in this context in Maine, what would
I
it be
like
like?
this.
And so I reached out to a group called Rural Urban Bridge Institute, Ruby. And I said, what do you all have for resourcing the conversation? And I described our demographics in Orono. It's a
Yeah.
fascinating cross-section of places. And they said, well, we could meet with you if a few volunteers of your committee wanted to work on something together.
Hmm.
So they didn't have an out-of-the-box prepackaged thing, but they were like
Yeah,
up for the conversation.
great. That's a great starting point.
So like an educational experience for the town kind of thing, or what do you, like? Yeah, I mean, we'd have to talk to them. I think we should talk to them first and see what they have to say. So
Like an
talk.
event or a workshop.
Yeah, should
or
we
a
do like an event, workshop? Yeah,
Thing of. Well, back to your first question, Matt, was what's our schedule like for the summer? And I'm actually out for 2 months. Usually I'm a year rounder in Orono, but not this year. I have sabbatical. So I will be out July and August. So if we were gonna pick to do something like that we have yet to flesh out what it is, maybe we put it in October and that gives September a chance to group
okay,
tour and work towards it.
Yep.
Mhm. Yep,
that sounds like a good idea. September,
September, we would meet with them, like the committee could meet with them and
Yeah.
make a plan.
Yeah.
Remind me of the name again.
Rural Urban Bridge Institute. Is there one other person who would want to do prep on that, like with me and get them lined up and?
Yeah, I can.
That'd be great.
That's fun.
So to start, we would be with us here, the DEIB committee, and make a plan with them. That sounds great. Cecilia, are you around this summer?
I am around this summer. We will be going a bit back and forth to New York, to my aunt's house to take care of her estate and stuff, but I can obviously do Zoom from New York, so. So I'll be around. I just might be
Yeah.
out a couple of days, but I should be able to still do Zoom if that's,
Good. Well, what if so you're gone all of August too?
Yeah.
Okay.
July and August.
All of July and August. Would it be, Cecilia, would us having our, like an early September meeting be, like a good way to restart in the fall?
sure, that's fine.
Summer, do you think that that's a good idea?
Yep,
So too.
I also am available this summer if there
Okay.
happen to be enough people.
Let me look into, I will email everybody and just see. I'm here except for like a week at the end of October. I mean, end of July, early August. So, good.
Is there, since it feels like it's a starting of phase two,
Yes, I like that.
would it be good to reach out to all the current members and ask them if they still wanna be doing it? Because if they don't have energy for it, would it be
Yeah.
good to just give them an opportunity to say that, or?
Yeah. We couldn't, I mean, I think it's pretty open too for people just to.
Danielle and Carlos,
Yeah.
for instance, are still on the email list and Gabe. So as we're setting meetings, yeah, not knowing if we should include their schedules to figure it out or
Right.
not. Thanks, that a question mark. So
Yeah.
I liked your idea, Summer, because it's just a relational touch point more than just
Yeah,
going on ahead and
yeah, that makes
catch up.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting, and I like this, starting of phase two of the DEIB. I'll reach out to all current email list members and just let them.
If we
know.
could all meet
Yeah.
up, it would be really fun to
Yeah.
really take more time with extended intros and like
Yeah,
Yeah.
unpack so we could see each other's superpower is one way to say that.
That'd be
And
cool.
because
Yeah.
really, it would be a terrible loss to really not have Carlos, not have Danielle, not have Gabe.
Yeah,
But also have they really felt like they fully got to express the thing they wanted to do yet?
that's true, right?
Maybe, maybe not. So instead of just, do you want to keep on keeping on, like in phase
Just
two,
have an
what
exit,
would, yeah, what would
like,
you
if-
like to do? What would you
Yeah.
like to bring?
Well,
yeah,
and along those lines, like, would it be a good idea to have something beyond like a meeting and have like a little mini retreat? Like even if it's just a few hours, like maybe not in this setting, something like a little less formal where we could get to know each other more and.
so the phase two.
I love
retreat.
that.
Yeah, is there a chance we could, yeah, but I could ask everybody how they feel about other places to do it. I have some in mind, but I want to be mindful of everybody's like experience with different places. They may have, you know, they may
Right.
be,
Like especially like religious
yeah,
places or something,
right,
yeah.
you know, they may have yeah, so want to be mindful of places to meet so that people don't feel put out of place in a way that's
Yeah,
it's not necessary.
Does it need to be a formal and open to the public place because of how we're constituted?
I'll look into that.
Could
I'll
it be
ask that too.
somebody's home?
Yeah,
And if it were somebody's home, is that a feasible thing? But it sounds fun. And my home has a pretty neat deck.
yeah,
and my
Depending
home's
on the
also a
season.
good option too,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, both.
Yeah,
Can it be an informal meeting and make sure it's accessible to everybody who's on the
Right.
committee too.
right,
Make it a
right,
place
because
that's
my home's
accessible.
not on the bus
Yeah,
line.
right,
yeah, even my
Right.
backyard would be fine too,
yeah.
Mm,
and
mhm.
it might.
And it is on the.
Yeah,
bus line.
yours is on the bus line, yeah.
I'll ask about informal meetings, like say this is a meeting, does it have to be on
property.
Zoom and does it have to be on town property? Yeah.
Right,
Let's talk about that. I'll ask about the retreat. Otherwise, we can do it maybe like even at one of the other buildings here, like the
Yeah.
library, if it's
Right.
hot or Yeah.
community center or something.
yeah.
I wanna circle back to this idea that of like how much you know about DEIB, because my personal strong value on that is none of us are ever gonna know everything about DEIB,
No.
and this is a lifelong journey for all of us. And just this, I personally would love for us, our committee, I mean, of course, this is me now just injecting my value, so you don't do it if you don't want to, but like of like it being part of what we're doing, that we are promoting the idea that this is a lifelong journey of learning for all of us, rather than, oh, some of us have all of this knowledge that we're gonna like impart because we know the answers. And like, yeah, some of us have studied this stuff and we're all on a journey of learning. And yeah, I just feel like it's really important.
I like these ideas because this is part of the action plan too,
Right.
that we can look into. So I need to email about a retreat. And just so that you all know, our new town manager will be starting the 8th of July. So all of this is part of phase two, maybe
Right,
to do what we can to incorporate Clint, you know, as much, at least have him be informed maybe have an open invitation to join us with this. If he
Yeah.
feels like it's something that he is wanting to be there for, and even if not, make sure that I'm, in constant communication with him about
Mhm.
what we're doing and where we are as he starts. So,
Yeah. I'm thinking about the last year, the first year of work rather,
yeah,
and what from that might make a nice little time capsule for Clint.
yep,
Yeah, just
yeah,
like
good idea. So
point in time or some things Orono's challenged by, some things Orono's working
what if we
on.
make a one-sheet summary for him of what we've done and where we're going? Do you think we can get it on like a one sheet, meaning two sides?
Well, it was a link to the Bangor Daily News story.
Okay.
February 5th would be important. And that had within it lots of links. And, that was a really
Okay.
good time capsule story, the way the journalists did that. And they interviewed Sarah Marks and some other people and that was about the Penobscot Nations being
Mhm.
invisibilized through the new signage.
Oh, yeah,
And where that is still where it is.
Yep.
Looking back the first year.
so I think,
what else
so,
would be important? The land acknowledgement statement that the town council did during that time.
Do you think, having been the one here who's been involved in that, would it be better to do like a one-page summary, or would it be better to just like have a meeting with him and just like talk about it with him, and then he could ask questions, or like,
Doesn't have to be either or for sure.
could be both.
right, it could be both,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um. The report from 2021 would be good, and then he would have a sense of why this group exists or what it
Yep.
came out of. So those would be the two background pieces I would say, like where it came from, the report from 2021. And that should be somewhere, I think it's right easy to find on the town website, but making a link to it for him would be very hospitable. And then this newer Bangor Daily News story link. This is a point in time.
then, so just so that we're all here, this is what I'm thinking. So this is phase 2 of DEIB as I try and summarize what we're doing. And so please correct me, this is not set in stone. So in phase 2 of DEIB, starting September, our action plans are a possible retreat for committee members, just to get to know each other and find out the things that we bring to the table and find important. Get to know. And we'll have it, even if it has to be here in public, I still think that that's valuable. It'd be really nice to have it, somewhere comfortable where we can sit around and have a seltzer, water, and we could have that here too, but yeah.
Yeah.
So get to know and what we bring. So that would be one. That's kind of my
And then the
one.
meeting.
And then 2 would be the community event education on DEIB, which would include a meeting with
Rural Urban Bridge.
Yeah.
Institute, yeah.
Rural Bridge Institute, and then plan with them, and then execute whatever plan we decide from there. And then 3, and this isn't in order, we can put these out of order, but these are action plan for at least the fall. This would be like our fall action plan.
Yeah.
Give a history to the new town manager, to Clint, and which would include the first ad hoc DIB recommendations. And with And I think with that, we can also say these are the things that were done, right? And these are the things that are still left to be done
Well,
or
we never
left to
really had that
reassess.
meeting. This conversation to have that meeting started, your first meeting?
Yeah, my first meeting
Your
too,
first,
so
yeah.
I was
so
hoping to
That's
continue
not
that.
something that we wrap up. It's like, we don't
Yeah.
even know,
Okay.
check, and we don't have green
And
and
that, but
red.
be transparent about that.
Yeah,
That's where we're at.
absolutely.
We're inventing ourselves right now as we
Yeah,
go.
Yeah,
you know, And like,
Yep.
just be transparent about that.
that's good.
Yep, recommendations and so this would be, yeah, the history. History, and then so first ad hoc DIB recommendations and then the relevant possible like 1 page plus links to the Bangor Daily News items on signage
Mm.
and
And I think also just checking in with him about how he wants to be involved and like what his vision might be
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
his involvement with this.
Mhm.
I like that.
Cause I got the impression that he's, you know, he is thoughtful about this issue, like, you know, it is something he cares about, I think, and has done some work on from my impression, so.
So one thing that I
And
am,
then inviting so some are asking that question with the, reply to this email type thing, or asking that question with the, do you want to join us at our retreat, or?
Yeah, I
How
think
would we hear
inviting him
back
to the
from-
retreat would be
Yeah,
ideal,
that's what I
yeah,
was thinking.
yeah.
Yeah, if that was, I was thinking we should invite Clint and he can,
And I would say personally, we just try to have the retreat in September. And rather than put it off
Yeah.
until everybody can come, because that turns into a, we never do a thing, and like.
Yeah.
If we find a time when like at least 4 of us can come,
I agree.
we have it, because we can always have another one.
Yeah.
But like the goal being like, let's do the retreat in
Yeah.
September.
Okay, so we have you guys are already tasked with the rural bridge contacting, say that again one more time. I'm so bad.
Rural urban bridge.
Urban, rural. Urban. Bridge Institute and working on that. How about for the retreat, maybe I can I'll look into. I can definitely look into places and like what the rules around what we can do for the retreat, and then Cecilia, you and I can discuss maybe how that goes depending on the vote here in a little bit, but I'm going to just say if you are voted in, we'll work on that retreat together
Would that work for you?
in consultation if you want to, but you don't have to either.
That would be fine.
Okay.
I could do that.
Yeah, you did an excellent job with that, with the community potluck. Thank you.
I'm glad that people enjoyed that. It
really
was
did.
very nice. It ended up being a great day.
It was a great day. Thank you.
Yeah, it really was, thank you.
So, all right.
Who, from the action steps that I remember you saying, who is reaching out to Danielle, Carlos, and Gabe?
I think I'm reaching out to the whole group. That's also part of phase 2 also.
Okay,
I mean, this phase 2, I should put that as item 4. Matt will reach out to all participants.
and who's doing that welcome packet / message / invitation to Clint, the new town manager?
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be you,
It
just.
doesn't have to be me, no, but
Liaison.
in fact, yeah, would you want to work with me on that? If you're
It's-
busy, you're gonna be gone, so
I am
yeah.
gonna be gone, right?
I
in
think
August
it's
when he starts, so-
probably something I should probably be doing to get to know him. Is that okay?
I'm happy to like meet with him with you, but I
Okay.
don't want to put the packet together. Yeah, not my script.
I'll be in communication with you guys then on terms of the packet. Send everything. I'll present, and then 5, I'll reach out to Clint, include package of DEIB history and continued work, which will include all those continued history and how should we say that?
It might. Oh, I'm sorry. What was your question?
History and where we are today.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, like this place, this community that.
yeah,
If I was him, I'd be excited that we're in a place of inventing ourselves because that's an exciting place to come into, right? It's not so established that you can't help do something with it.
That's so true. It's creative.
Yeah.
I'll get help with you guys. I won't send anything without sending it to the group before to get corrections and to get revisions,
That works.
suggestions, and before I send it out. So we'll plan on sending it out. He's gonna have a lot on his plate starting in July, so I'm thinking in August is
Yeah,
when this
good
should be
Yeah.
put forth. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Something I wondered was, what are the other standing commissions or committees that the town's doing work on, and is there anything that should kind of come in or come out or be on our radar or work together? Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know, is there?
Yeah,
there's a bunch
well,
of points
yeah,
outside the town.
So
No,
we
that's a
should
good one.
come, we
But
should,
like,
we
how
should.
is this town organized for its work? And if there are
Yeah.
major planning things coming
Yes,
up,
in fact,
what the town's future looks like?
yes, in fact, we are just starting what's called the comprehensive plan. And the comprehensive plan for Orono includes like business ideas, where we wanna be, how do we recruit people? How are we gonna use land? How do we make developments? If we do developments, where are the best places for that? Why do we want those types of developments? Who are those developments for? It's this big comprehensive plan, so this is the time for us also to have that in mind as
What
that
does
goes
process
forward.
look like for that? Or
It's a
where is it
1-year
launched?
process. It's
Okay.
just started and it's a 1 to 2 year process and it's for 10 years. It's a 10-year plan. So this is
Right, no, this is
we're in a
exciting,
good, this
yeah.
is a good place to be for that. So we should,
And the town council is the
Can
one that
we-
creates that?
yeah, and then so in the notes, we need to say
That would be a
Our
key
first-
place to express and exercise and incorporate those recommendations, you know, that live on paper right now from 2021 or something, but those values or those hopes or
Yeah.
those priorities, that could really mean something if it was put into the plan.
So our
Who
first,
does it live with?
this is Rob Laraway is the
Hmm.
chair of that committee of the comprehensive plan and implementation committee. So we should, our first meeting in September, we should have this as something to start thinking about, like, what are we gonna do about this? Right, how are we gonna incorporate DEIB into the comprehensive plan?
Are you
What
on
does
that
that
committee
mean?
too?
I'm not on that committee, so
Okay.
I can be involved in that committee, but I'm not currently.
And I
One idea could be a way of working, if there's strength in this
Mhm.
pattern. Somebody from DEIB could be tasked to go to those meetings as well, you
Yeah.
know, and then work back and forth.
I think that's a really good idea.
Mhm.
I have let a lot go right on past me that the town is
Yeah,
doing and working on, just because we all prioritize from time to time. But I'm helped, Matt, when you say, this is the process, this is where it is, this is who
Yeah.
it lives with. And then I can think with my DEIB hat
Yeah.
on, okay, how could we connect him?
to comp plan. That's what we call it for short, the comp, it's the comprehensive plan.
And maybe we could ask Rob to come and just explain how how
Yeah.
the process
Yeah,
that would
works,
be
and like
really-
how we can intersect with it, you know?
Brilliant.
Rob's starting it too,
Next
so
step, brilliant.
Rob, maybe I can invite, have Rob invite for our first meeting in September.
Awesome.
Okay, this is a lot.
We have 5 action steps.
Oh.
That's a lot. That's
Yeah.
enough. That's enough.
think that's
to,
good for
like,
now.
write off. Yeah, but I feel like
We're
they're
good.
doable.
Yeah.
This is a doable amount.
All
Yeah.
right, so that's good. Let me go back and just make one last check here to make sure. I think we've actually covered. We've discussed the summer agenda, so I think unless I get more people who want to do some of this planning in advance in say July or August, we'll have our first meeting, kind of official meeting in September.
Mhm.
And so that
we have
is
a
our
date?
summer agenda. But I don't have a
Any
date
date for
yet.
September?
No, I have to talk to the new town manager and have that. I don't know where that lives, but I can talk to Pete or someone else who knows more about like the whole town agenda, and I'll look on the website and see what's coming up in September too, and then try and get that on the schedule soon. So that's another thing to work
You did
on.
good to bring this meeting together, right?
I was gonna
I thought
say,
it would be
yeah.
automatic and it was a trip to this.
Oh
meeting.
gosh, I'm so sorry that took so long, but there was a lot of conflict that I hadn't realized, so I apologize. And so it kept, and one of them, not all of it was on me, but some of it was on me, because I just didn't know what I was doing yet, so
Well, this is exciting because I feel like coming into September with an action plan, again, the energizing, like it's gonna be energizing. In a way that will be good. And fall is such an energized time of year too, so it'll be like really nice to come in with like tangible things that we know that we're doing. So well done. Like, it's nice if we
Yes.
just have that in place now,
Yeah,
rather than trying to do that then, like, it's gonna create a foundation for the fall. It's like, this is beautiful work here today, so thank you for
Yeah.
facilitating that.
well, thank you guys for being here, so I'm going to call the regular meeting to an end, and we're gonna